Just when I thought I was going to be done with children's books, not children's books, fantasy books that I enjoy and any children or teenager or an adult or a senior can enjoy, such as Percy Jackson, Heroes of Olympus, Harry Potter, Kane Chronicles, and the Chronicles of Narnia. Right when I thought I was going to be done, because I had to read adult books, quoting my parents, any English teacher that sees me with those books, they were wrong. These books are awesome. Why would I give them up? Why? Why would I give them up? They're hilarious. They're adventures that I want to keep reading and going back to when I don't want to be living in this real world. Come on. I want some adventure in my life. I want to go to Narnia, go fight some monsters, maybe a Hydra, never mind. Their heads are way too many, I can't chop them all. I'd rather do that than do my homework, than stress about going to college, stress about maybe gonna have to pay some bills in the future. I'd rather do that. I'd rather fight some monsters, go to Narnia, cast some spells against freaking trolls and whatnot. I'd rather do that. So then again, right now, I just read another fantasy book that I would like to go into, which is Jonah Stone, Son of Angel, Fire Prophet. Hey guys, another adventure I love while waiting for the House of Hades. 2 months into the House of Hades. I repeat, 2 months. Another adventure I was reading while waiting for it is Son of Angel, Jonah Stone, Fire Prophet, which I thought was a pretty okay book, following it's the second book of the series, and it's about Jonah, who's a boy that we meet, and he is quarter angel after finding out that his mother is half angel in the film. And they are the followers of Elohim, with parentheses, God, and they are against Abaddon's forces. Abaddon is another name for Lucifer or Satan, and they're always fighting, and there's always the fallen angels and the actual angels that are fighting against each other. But the fallen angels are trying to influence the half angels in the film, and the quarter angels to follow them in their army against Elohim. And I love how this book is revealing how even though they're half angel and they're influenced by God, they can also be influenced and be very powerful with Abaddon's forces. They're easily influenced by temptation and power, which is, to me, it's kind of like every day, like humans, they're tempted by curiosity and power, which I thought was pretty great in this book. And following Jonah, he is great, and he's very into Elohim. But in this novel, in the beginning, Jonah, his sister Eliza, and his youngest brother Jeremiah are attacked at their first day of school. I was quite shocked. And Jonah is attacked by them in the bathroom, and then later on he is accused of flooding the bathrooms, which reminds me of Percy, by the way. I love him, and I love how they get in trouble and they're blamed for certain things even though it's not their fault. I love that. It's pretty hilarious. And they have to escape them, and they're saved by angels, and they are sent to kind of like a church saint place run by nuns, and they have to stay there with the other quarterlings, and they are separated from their parents, who have to go to another unknown location for safety. But then they find out that later on, Abaddon is still trying to find a plan to find all these Nephilims and the quarterlings and kill them. They don't want to influence them anymore. They want to kill them. So they can't really do it because they can't find they can't find their location. And these kids are all, there's also other quarterlings sent to this place, and they're all there, and they can't be defenseless, so they have to be taught in like a school and go to each classes. There is a combat class, there is a scripture class where they have to read the Old Testament, which I thought was pretty cool, because, well, at first I was like, why would they keep reading? But I know they have to gain some knowledge. Later on we find out why they need to read the scripture, and there's a prayer class. I thought it was a great book, and I thought it was very interesting how we learn what they're learning, how they fight, and how their prayers are like, and how they're supposed to think, because they're not supposed to be tempted, they're not supposed to be following a bad end or anything, and I thought it was a great book. And then we find out that later a priest, or not a priest, a prophet of Elohim is kidnapped, and she's very important. But later on, Jonah hears her calling for help, and he tries to rescue her later tag along his siblings. Eliza is the exception because they have been on an adventure before, but Jeremiah, their youngest brother, is way too small, and they don't think he's great enough to go or safe enough. But surprisingly, he's really great in this book. He was a great addition. He's hilarious because he's a little kid, so it's gonna be a little funny. This book overall was great. I thought it was interesting. It's a great adventure. I think this book is great for people who are not religious and who are religious. To me, I don't care. I have my own opinion. I think it can be enjoyed by both. It's just good versus evil. So I don't see no point in arguing about it. It's just scriptures and stuff. Just keep thinking it's good versus evil. It's kind of like any theme in any fantasy story. It's the same thing. They have connections to the Bible, or they have anything at all, or they have connections to Greek myths. So I see no problem why people should not like this book, and I think they should read it. It has great messages, great storyline, adventure, and I think people should read it. I am on my way to try to find the third book. Unfortunately, it's not at my library, or any library at my here Las Vegas, so I have to go buy it. So it might take a long time for me to buy it. And I heard there was a fourth book. Now I want to read that book so badly. So I want to find out what they're up to and everything, even though I'm not their age. They're like 12 or 11 or something. But I enjoyed it, so I want to read it. And I hope you guys read it too. It's a great story, fun adventure. You should read it.